Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for another video where I spill the tea on a tarot deck. My name is Debbie, and I am from Spill the Tea Leaf Readings and More. I do tarot and tea leaf readings. If you're interested in getting a reading with this deck or another, or a tea leaf reading, please feel free to contact me. You can comment below, you can message me, or you can email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. For today's video, I am looking at the Hocus Pocus Tarot deck. Now, I did mention in an earlier video that I had this deck, and I've been putting it off because I knew that I would completely geek out over it because I love Hocus Pocus so much. And so, as a result, I was just trying to calm myself down. But honestly, as soon as I took this deck out to make a video with it, all that calm pretty much disappeared. So this video might be a lot longer than usual because I might have a lot to say, and I'm going to try really hard to rein it in, but we'll see what happens. As usual, we'll start by looking at the box. So this is the box. It's a nice cardboard one. It tells you right here that it's by Minerva Siegel and Tori Schafer, illustrated by Dread. And Minerva Siegel was also one of the people who created Disney's villain deck. So Disney must have a deal with her for these. I don't know if she's done any of the others with them, but she's done at least two. And when you open this up, okay, so box has a pull string. I love that at the bottom of the box, it's the black flame candle. So guys, if you're watching this video and you have not seen Hocus Pocus, I'm warning you right now, there's going to be so much that you don't understand and that I'm just going to be very excited about. So that's the box. It's a nice, hard collector's box, definitely better than your typical tarot cardboard box. And from there, let's go straight to the cards, starting, of course, with Major Arcana. Move that book back a little bit. So I love that Max is the Fool. If that doesn't make perfect sense to you, I don't know that we can be friends. Winnie's the Magician. I love that Sarah's the High Priestess. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it, but I'm also here for it. The parents are the Empress and the Emperor. The book is the Hierophant. I love that the lovers, it's not Max and Allison per se. I mean, it's their hands, but it's actually more the moment when this note is returned to Max, which isn't a love connection, which is interesting. The Chariot, of course, is Mary on the vacuum. I mean, classic. Danny is Strength, which I love because Strength is my favorite card. And Danny, I mean, I don't know how she can't be someone's favorite character from this movie, at least, you know, not a Sanderson sister. And when the movie came out, I was the same age as Danny. Yes, I saw the movie in the theater, guys, and yelled at the TV, not the TV, at the movie screen. I still yell at the TV today when it's on because I knew even then that the Salem witch trials did not take place in 1693, but in 1692. But anyways, so I love that Danny's Strength, just personally. The Hermit plays Gravestone. The Wheel of Fortune. I love that it's like the salt circle with Danny safe inside, or is she? I don't have to narrate all these cards. I'll try to keep it. I'll try to contain myself, but I should point out that the Death card here is transformation, and I really love this. The first time I looked at this desk when I first got it, I didn't, well, maybe I did think about it, but then I forgot about it. And preparing for this video, I was looking at it for today, and when I think about death, I don't think about death so much as endings and beginnings, and that life comes out of death. And in this case, you have Thackeray Binks being turned into a cat, which is essentially the end of human Thackeray. And for all intents and purposes, he's dead. No one knows he's still alive. But you get the birth of this new cat, this new being, this new character, who, of course, is beloved and becomes beloved in the movie by other characters. Love that, she's Allison's Temperance, of course. The devil card is the master here. Anyone who's seen the movie, obviously you understand that reference. The tower is the Sanderson sisters' house. I find this interesting that Emily Binks, in her state of near death, I call it, I guess you would call it, is the star. I guess because there's still hope left for her, because the life is all still right there. But it's an interesting choice for sure. I also think it's interesting that Winifred turning to stone is the sun. For her, it's really not the sun. I don't think she would appreciate that card. But for us, of course, her demise really is the sun coming up. And I love that, the closure that Binks gets is the world card. How perfect is that? See, I know I said I was going to be quiet. I can't be quiet. I love this deck too much. I love the movie. Okay, so let's look at the suits. The suits have different names in this deck. So potions is the obvious one, right? That's cups. And I kept these cards in the order that they come in. And so it does start with the court cards going backwards. King, Queen. I mean, I love that even the teacher's included in this deck. How cool. Knight. In this case, it's really knights. It's all three of them. And page. And I don't even remember this character's name. Elijah, maybe? If I'm right, guys, I've seen this movie too many times. Like, even he's included in this, which is just kind of funny. And then the rest of these cards are pip cards. Occasionally, there's a character in them. You see hands a lot. But all of the ace through tens in this deck are pips. And they're all interesting. They're all different. They all have stuff going on. Well, there's one that says here, for Billy. Dead man's toes. I mean, they're all different. But they are all pips. Except occasionally, Mary's in this one. And there might be other cards like that as well that aren't quite pips in the traditional sense. But they almost don't feel like pips, which is so cool. I don't know, they're characters unto themselves, even though they're pip cards. All right. So here are candles, and candles, of course, are wands for the flames, right? This just makes me want to start singing. The mother gets 2 cards in here, one in her day clothes and one in her Madonna outfit. The Knight of Candles is just the black flame candle, which is interesting. I mean, it is kind of a character, I guess, right? And I love that the little girl in the angel costume who says, "Bless you," is the Ace of Candles. I don't know why. I just think it's hilarious. So that wasn't a pip card, but again, most of these are. And I think when they're not, it makes sense. It doesn't feel out of place. The decks that have like half pips and half not, and it's not consistent, drive me crazy. But this doesn't feel like one of those. It's so, the exceptions really are exceptions, and it feels planned, and so I'm behind it. All right. So then we have lightning, and that's swords. And I love, well, let me just say first of all, I don't think that these cards look as much as they don't look as much like the characters as I want them to. Like, this doesn't look like Penny Marshall, but I love that her character made it in. I'm less excited about the bus driver making it in. He's kind of a creep. This is one of my favorite moments in the movie. I don't know why, but when he goes, ice, I don't know. I just find it hilarious. And even though you can't see his face, the guy who plays Ice, this is really important, guys. He the name of the actor is Larry Bagby Jr., and he played Larry in Buffy the Vampire Slayer in several episodes. And when I went back and realized that he was Ice in Hocus Pocus, I can't tell you how happy it made me. So shout out to Larry Bagby III. Thank you for being in projects that I love. Some more pip cards. You saw there was one with Max in it. So each deck has like one exception, or one suit rather, has one exception that I've noticed so far. And then finally, pumpkins are pentacles. And I had to stop here. It's interesting that the King of Pumpkins is the Dennison house, but the most important thing about this house is that it is in Salem. I know exactly where it is. And for a few months, I lived on the same street as that house and have several pictures of it. And that's really all you need to know. There's nothing else about this deck that I can tell you that would be nearly as fun as the fact that I lived right down the street from the Dennison's house, which you can visit in Salem, Mass, anytime you want. I won't tell you where it is because it's not that hard to find out, and I also feel like, I don't know, I don't want to encourage people to just go to the house. They have like a whole sign right there that's like buses cannot stop, because I'm guessing there's a lot of like tour buses that go by so people can see the house, but you can't actually stop there. So if you're walking, but you can't like just park your car and go. So I'm encouraging you to find out this information on your own, but I'm not going to be the one to tell you where it is and add to the potential chaos. So as you can see, it does come with a guidebook. And it is a really nice thick one. I mean, when Disney does these, they do them, and I'm sure it took a while for Disney to get behind it, but I think they get how popular it is. So there's a nice table of contents, an introduction, understanding your deck, and that tells you what the suits are. And then major arcana, you get a nice page explaining the card, upright, reversed, and then a full picture for all of the major arcanas. And when you get to the minor arcanas, so the guidebook's in the same order as the cards. The card doesn't have an explanation just for it, but it does have the upright, reverse, and a smaller picture. So each card does get one full page between the picture and the explanation of its meaning. It's a really nice book to look at. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is a great collector's deck. If you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, if you're a fan of tarot cards, this is a good one. All right, tarot readings. So it just talks a little bit about, actually, I'm just going to read it. This is really cute. There's a little magic in everything we do. Taking your little sister out to trick or treat could turn into a grand adventure, or passing a note to the person you have a crush on could result in a new romance. Although not everyone may possess a grimoire of ancient spells, we can all choose to let some hocus pocus into our lives. As a reader of tarot, you already have. Now is the time to take the magic within your new deck and truly make it your own. I just love that. I think it's a cute tie-in and message all in one. So there's a page on caring for your deck, preparing to read tarot, and then we have some spreads. So there's a 3-card spread, Wisdom of Witches, the Cat's Eye, which is 5 cards, and Hocus Pocus, which is 7. And I actually haven't tried any of these yet, so I should. So this gives you some information about the authors and the artists, which again, Minerva, Siegel, Tori, Schafer, and Dread. That's the guidebook. So I did do a deck interview with this. I haven't used any of the spreads in this, but I really should. I don't know how I haven't yet. I think I was so excited. I was like, close it up and don't do anything. And now I'm like wondering how I managed to do that because I'm all excited again. I did do a deck interview, and for me, this deck is really personal. There's introspection that it can help me with. It can help me sort out my stuff, figure out what baggage I'm carrying, do some light, if not heavier, shadow work, and help me grow as a person, as a tarot reader. So all positive vibes from this deck for sure. Um, I tried not to geek out too much in this video. I hope I succeeded. I hope I geeked out just the right amount for you, and I hope you're still watching. If you're interested in a reading from this deck or another, please reach out to me. You can comment below, message me, or email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. Again, I do also read tea leaves if you're interested in that. And, if you have any questions about this deck, let me know. I'll try to answer them. If you just want to talk about this deck, or if you have another one that you are curious about that I've done a video for, or you have one that you like that you want me to know about, please reach out and let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.